The leadership is basically, authentic leadership is divided into four. The first one is the passion, and the passion is that fire that you have inside of you. And a lot of people have that passion, but they don't know how to deal with it, or what is it. It took me a long time to know what that passion was. And for me, my passion is to know that people get along, is to know that diversity is part of our life, everyday life. Is part of who we are. Don't judge people. Accept people no matter how different they are from you. And this is part of the message that I try to expand all over. And that was my passion. And this is that fire inside of me is what pushes me to go forward every single day. The authenticity is like how genuine we are. We just had a conversation. I was having a conversation with Flora. Is that I connect directly with people that are very genuine, people that don't pretend. So as an authentic leader, it's very, if you are an authentic leader, meaning you are genuine, and being genuine is what propels you to connect with other people, to have that emotional effect on them. Credibility is another point in authentic leadership. Credibility is who you are, and credibility is when you give trust, or you earn the trust of the people that are around you, being a leader. Gaining the trust of someone is a big deal. So that's why we need to really be careful about our credibility and not let it lapse. You don't just establish credibility and go on. It's not a one-time thing. It takes time and it takes consistency. And basically it's based on when you do and you promise something and you deliver it over time. Authentic leadership is not a switch that we can turn, okay, today I'm an authentic leader, and then the switch goes up, okay, maybe not tomorrow. We can't do that. It's like a road that you decide to take and maintain. The fourth one is ethics. And as leaders, we need to be the example of what we portray. We need to, like they talk the walk and walk the talk. It's like we have to be ethical, because the people that we influence will follow us no matter what. There was an experiment where they had people that were leaders and got people under them and told them, okay, put this electric shock to these people, and if it goes to a certain level, it's going to hurt them, but I want you to do it. And they found out that people, because they followed these leaders, they actually did hurt these people, just because the leaders told them to do it. So that's an impact. As leaders, we need to know what we have, our influence, and how far and how ethical we are to touch other people's lives. There are 6 A's in leadership accountability, and it's accept responsibility and accountability for our actions. No one does anything, no one can mess up our day except ourselves. No one can make me feel a certain way unless I do it to myself. If I respect myself, people will know how to respect me. If I love myself, I will teach people how to love me. And this is how we need to think about it. I don't look for approval from people anymore. I don't. I am who I am. I know I deserve the best. I work hard for it, and I'm kind to others. So that's how we need to feel about ourselves, to accept not only accountability, but to accept who we are. Admit our vulnerabilities, our fears, our mistakes. It's okay, we're human beings, we're allowed to do that, as long as we know what they are. They always say if you have a problem, just admitting it is half of the solution. So admit it. Apologize if you're wrong about something, and God knows I've done that a lot. Act on it, amend it, make sure that you correct it, and finally attend to others and empower them. The steps for leading from within are: define what's your goal, what's your purpose, what's your passion. It's your roadmap, because if you don't do the basic, if you don't know the basic, you're not going to be able to move forward. So you need to know the basic, you need to define it in black and white. You need to define it on paper, in your brain, in your heart, with your friends. You need to define what is it that you stand for. You go behind it, meaning it's just like what you stand for should be in alignment of all of your actions. You are what you say you are, and you do what you say you are going to do. You exemplify, like we said earlier, it's talk the walk and walk the talk. Learn from the mistakes. We always do some mistakes. I mean, this is inevitable. I mean, we will always have mistakes that will happen in our life. We learn from it, we move on, and we learn from it, and we add to our experiences in life, and we share it with whoever is our followers or our friends. And the last point is refining. As long as we go along, we need to learn from whatever we do, and we refine it. We need to know what works and what doesn't work. And this is the way it increases our self-knowledge. It increases our self-awareness of ourselves. Where do we want to go? Who am I? To think, if I would die today, what would I be remembered of tomorrow? Am I better today than I was a month ago? If I ask people around me for feedback, would it be what I think I am or not? And based on these questions or these answers, we can refine or fine-tune our goals, our purpose, and our core values. The strengths are for leading from within: lead with courage. Believe what you are. Believe who you are. Believe what you stand for and go for it. You don't have to be politically correct all the time, as long as you believe in what you're doing. You know, sometimes leaders do things that are not necessarily agreeable or are not necessarily liked by others, but they have to do it if it's the right thing to do and if they believe in it. Focus on your strength. It's your toolbox, what you have inside. A lot of people focus on the negatives, what they don't have, instead of focusing on what they have. Make an inventory of your tools and move on. Focus on this strength and let them help others, because a leader should have people around them that fill the gap of what they don't have. A leader doesn't have to know everything, as long as they know how to fill the gaps with people around them. The power of purpose. Once you have a passion and you define it, again, this is the essence and the fire that's going to pull you forward no matter what. Mapping is planning. If we don't plan, we fail. So the more courage we take, we took the strength, we took the tools, and we map our way and we move forward.